and welcome to the Limitless Landscapers podcast. I'm Charlotte.
And I'm Paula.
And today we're talking about experiences we've had signing up for freebies and incentives, otherwise known as lead magnets, and what we learned from them and what you can take away too.
As the co-founders of the Landscaper Circle, we help you get more money, time and freedom to become limitless through our experiences as fellow landscapers and our tried and tested methods. If you want help with your marketing, managing or growing your business, you've definitely come to the right place. If you're a landscaper, garden designer or supplier to the industry, then hit subscribe so you never miss an episode. Now, let's get back to the show.
So over the years, I think it's safe to say me and Paula have probably filled out hundreds, if not thousands, of freebie lead magnets incentives, not only for the information that they claim to provide, but also for inspiration to see what other businesses similar to ours are doing in the industry and offering people as a freebie, as an incentive to give over your email address. A lead magnet, in definition, is an incentive, a freebie, whether it's a PDF, video series, brochure, whatever the case may be, for you then to fill out your email address and details that they can then further email you.
And the benefits of a lead magnet for any business, really. So if you're a landscaping business, design business, in the horticulture industry, or really any business in any industry, lead magnets are key, really, for building that email list. Because ultimately, if you want to promote a new service or you want to generate new clients, you need to be able to contact them. And what better way than encouraging them to leave their email address with you for something that they value? So it's got to be of value to them. So you've really got to keep your client in mind. What would they want to know? What are they going to be searching for? And how can you answer a question, or how can you deliver a really good bit of information? Or basically, how can you give them really good value in order for them to give you their email address? And then you can contact them and say, hey, you downloaded our lead magnet. You don't call it a lead magnet, obviously, but whatever it might be, a brochure or a quiz. And then you can speak to them about other things that they might be interested in. It's not a hard sell. It's a really soft sell if done right.
Yeah. And I think the most common example is an ebook. So maybe you could provide information about garden design, landscaping, garden maintenance, something specific that you think that they would be interested in and help on. Or it can be something really simple, like a brochure. I know Paula, for her landscaping business, has got a brochure available on the website. They can request a PDF download or a hard copy in the post sent to them. Now that's doing really well. Yep. And obviously, if someone's downloading a brochure about your business, then they're a really hot lead, because Absolutely. They're not just downloading a guide to picking the right designer for you. They're downloading something that's specifically about you, your client journey and your projects. But I think from our own experiences, we've known that, we've spoken a lot about value. There are a lot of cases where we've downloaded things and thought, what was the point in that? Because there was no value to it. And that's the problem with people signing up for things, is generally we have those bad experiences in mind.
Yeah, and I think value is the key, because obviously anyone can create a lead magnet. You can create something in 5 minutes. You could do a checklist to growing your landscaping business, and it could just be a 1-page PDF designed up boxes. But that's not really providing much value, and you probably won't get anyone putting the email address in for that. So it's kind of thinking about the key is really, what questions are your customers asking you? What information do they always want more of? What would encourage them to maybe use you over your competitors in the area? And how can you show that within this lead magnet you might create? So it really is giving them the value that they say, oh, it was worthwhile putting in my email address, and actually I want to hear from this company more. So if you send them an email, they're not going to be really angry about it and unsubscribe. You want them to want to receive information from you because you've provided such a valuable initial lead magnet at the beginning.
Yeah, and I think, it might be tempting, if I can do it in 5 minutes and put it on, but actually it's only going to negatively impact your business. But it's so important to have that quality lead magnet, because that does not only mean that they're more likely to inquire and become a client, but it overall means you've got that longevity with it. It's something that you can always continue. something that we always say is social media may disappear tomorrow, or if you're relying on word of mouth for things, an email list is yours. You can email out to people and it's direct contact. A lot of people say email is dead. We disagree strongly.
Absolutely not.
Don't get me wrong, it's not as effective as the days of when you had only 5 emails in your inbox. But again, if you're providing quality email information, insights, newsletters, whatever it is, then people will respond and engage with that. Paula, in her design and landscaping business, has had success.
Oh, absolutely. I've had site visits booked off some of the emails that we've sent out to our email list, which has been built of people that we've seen in site visits, people that have inquired, people that have downloaded ebooks, checklists, anybody that's been directly interacting with my landscaping and design business. So, and it's been really good. We've got sales off the back of it, and we've also got new inquiries from it. So it does the job.
And I think there's often the misconception as well, once they're a client, there's no point emailing them again.
Oh yeah.
But we, for Paula's design and landscape business, send 1 email out a month, and that's not a hard sales email. It's about maybe something that's going on in the business that applies to them, or a blog that we think applies to people at certain stages. And from that, you've had previous clients email about their driveway if they've had their patio done. So it's just worth, and that's once a month. So that takes an hour.
Yeah, and it's also, people get worried that if you're going to have their email address, you're going to bombard them. And that's not the case. It might be if you're maybe having a big launch, so you want to get information to them before a date. You might scale up the emails that go out. However, on a general thing, I only ever contact our list for my landscaping business once a month, just to keep them in the loop about something. Like Charlotte said, something of value that actually applies to them is often key, and it does increase inquiries, and obviously then that increases sales. So I think it's about utilizing your email list really well, not just sending rubbish. Because if you start sending rubbish, or you're constantly sending it all the time, not just at certain periods of the time, I might send more out in winter because we've got less inquiries coming in. You might choose to do that. So you might send 2 a month or 3 a month. But again, it's not about being hard sell, because the ultimate thing is you're not selling to them on the email. I'd say this about everything, on calls, emails and leaflets, any piece of marketing you're doing, you are not selling them something through that. You are trying to get them to call you or email you or ask for information. And then that's when you can deliver your sales pitch.
Yeah, because this month we sent one out about the 10 years of Marshall's Award. And we sent it only to people that weren't a client yet. So maybe they've got their quote, or maybe they're an inquiry, or their site visit booked. Because we were saying about, right, we've got this award, but what does it mean to you as a homeowner? What does being a Marshall's registered installer mean? And then the previous month, I can't remember what we spoke about, but I think it was like Easter or something like that.
I think it was, we're the most expensive landscaper in the area. And I had someone book an appointment off that. So
Don't be afraid to be you, and to talk about the things and identify your ideal client and use that in your emails. But yeah, from our experiences, you've probably seen some of our own lead magnets. So the Busy Landscaper's Guide, the Productivity Planner, masterclasses, they're a lead magnet. They're a bigger lead magnet, say, than an ebook, but masterclasses were one of our best ways of bringing it in. And at the end of the day, all of our members, I can count back to being on our email list. Yes, they may have joined from social, or they may have joined from an ad, or maybe they've seen us at Futurescape and then given us their details to add to our email list. But all of our members have come from our email list. So it's still very, very powerful. And whilst we experiment with loads of different avenues, email marketing is something that we always continue with, because it's something that does bring in those clients, but the right clients, and we're always offering value. So we always do the weekly dose of TLC, which is an informative or a perspective changing email that might feature a podcast or something like that, but it's something that's really going to help them in the moment. Now, with lead magnets and all of our experience on this, we were like, right, we know, we've been talking to our members, we've been drafting what we've called the Limitless Success Path. Now, this is a framework so that designers, landscapers and professional gardeners and suppliers to the industry can look at, right, where their business is now and where they want to be. The biggest thing that they often want help with is, I've got this goal, but I'm not really sure how to get there, or I'm not really sure how to market my business, or how I should be measuring performance or positioning and all these different things. So we came up with this Limitless Success Path, and this is what we've introduced to our members a little while ago. And then we thought about, why not offer a free custom report to anyone who fills out that form.
Yeah, and it's delivered in the format of a quiz. So we only launched it, if you're listening today, it was yesterday that we launched this new framework, I like to call it. But it's really for you if you are feeling like you're going around in circles, you don't know where you truly are in business. You might have some ideas, but you haven't really sat down, you haven't reflected on your business, you kind of have a plan, but it's not really happening, or you actually don't have a plan and because it's just too busy, which is what we're obviously all experiencing in the industry at the moment. So the purpose of this is to fill in a quiz, and then you get a bespoke report. And I say this, it's a bespoke report based on the answers you give us. So as long as you're completely honest, you'll get an accurate representation of where you are according to the questions you fill in. And this places you within the framework.
Yeah.
And then it will also give you an idea of where the next level could be. Now, we are in the business of supporting you, growing your business, developing your business, and supporting you as people as well, that are obviously a lot of the time thrown in at the deep end of business and marketing, mainly because you just have a passion for design or landscaping. So we're here to support you. We're not here to tell you where you should be going. We don't like shoulds or woulds. We like that there's options, there's opportunities, there's many different versions of success for different people based on what they want in their life and their dreams. And we spoke about this on our previous podcast episode about planning and stuff. And ultimately, this framework is not to tell you where to go, it's to give you some ideas of what could be the next steps for you. So it will tell you where you are, it will tell you what the steps are going forward, and it will also give you some free TLC resources that are as applicable to you where you sit in that framework.
So when we look at teams or marketing, we've linked to blogs, podcast episodes, different resources that are going to help you get there. So if that's something that you want to focus on, you've got those free resources to use. It's about 13 pages long, so it's definitely providing value. And I think
definitely to read over wine, tea or coffee or whatever it might be that you enjoy. I mean, we created TLC for the industry, from the industry. I mean, I've been in the industry for 11 years now. My husband's been in it for about 20. Charlotte's been in it for the last 6-7 years. So we know a thing or two about the industry. We can give you some really good, focused, clear advice that isn't just a one size fits all system that you fit in. No, this is for landscapers and designers and horticulturalists created by us who are immersed in the industry. And the fact being is sometimes you can feel quite overwhelmed. So this is why when you get your report, we won't be linking to every free resource we offer. We offer loads. We offer blogs, podcasts, masterclasses, all of this thing that we can offer for free. However, it's quite overwhelming.
Yes.
So what we've done is tried to bespoke it to where you are. So direct you to the most important and interesting and relevant content that will actually help you go forward, rather than just, oh, click here to view all our blogs, click here to view all our podcasts.
And I think there's also a misconception as well that we just offer marketing.
Yeah.
Whereas I think you guys have got with TLC, and the reason we can say this is because we're confident, because we've heard from our members, from our community, similar things. You've got a dream team. You know, you've got my expertise on digital marketing, you've got Paula's expertise on all things marketing and business planning, and you've got Mike, who is the guy that has been on the tools, that has the expertise in design and landscaping, and brings a different element. So this report is a well-rounded look at your entire business. And as we said, this is a completely free report. The quiz takes less than a minute long, so if you are interested, the link will be in the description. If you want to watch the video version of this podcast, I will be putting up sneak peeks of the framework and what the report looks like, so you can always check that out as well. And if you have any questions, as always, just reach out to us, info@thelandscapercircle.co.uk or 0238 800 108. Thank you all for listening. I hope you enjoyed this podcast. And if you have any questions about email marketing and lead magnets in general, reach out. If you're a TLC member, there is a lead magnets topic inside the Landscaper Circle website where I run through creating ideas, how to execute, everything you need to know. And there's also an email marketing topic where, again, video tutorials on ways to market to your audience and more. So check that out, and we will see you on the next one.
See you later, guys.